Y'all, it's Sunday, so you know what that means. It is time for a Diet Coke and Yap session, okay? This is week 21. Last week was week. We just finished week 21 of the cut, which is wild. Again, this is going to be a very short video because that means nothing changed. We were averaging weights of like 157 last week. And then this week, my weight just went shoop. And I was like, you know what? This is why we work really hard. Through those times, if you recall, I was sitting at like the 162s and I was sitting at like the 159s for the longest time. And I was like, just keep going. We're fine. This is just the process, okay? And then you get to a point like this where you get a huge dips in weight and you're like, what the heck? Or at least huge dips for me. I don't even think this thing is on, but we're just going to work with it. And anyways, so the week went well. I really didn't have any issues, honestly, at all. Like, I can't complain. Sleep hygiene, much better. I now have to lock my cat downstairs, which is sad. Usually my cat, Toothless, my love, does not sleep with us just because my husband does not prefer that, which is totally okay. And then when he's on away rotations, she would sleep with me. Well, I realized, I was like, I think my mind could not fall asleep because I had an animal that was like awake around me. And sometimes would break up my sleep just because, as cats do in midnight hours, they meow and alert you to their presence. I was like, yeah, I don't think I can do that anymore. So I locked her downstairs. We have like a baby gate that's cat proofed. And yeah, she is now a downstairs kitten at night, which is sad, but also my sleep has been so good. I also have I have a little tea and I go upstairs and I turn off all the overhead lights. I try not to turn any on during the times that I'm trying to fall asleep, like within an hour of going to bed. And I'll turn the noise machine on and I'll close the curtains, probably around an hour before I'm going to bed, just to get in the mood. And all of that's just been helping. I've been making sure the AC is turned down and we're not having any oopsies there. And just really being intentional and calm with how I approach sleep. And now I haven't had any issues. So we're going to go into the week trying that, because my trend has been that Sunday to Monday night I have crap sleep. I don't want that, okay? I don't want that. So we're going to hope tonight is good with all those changes I made. Otherwise, food has been the same. I have to kind of laugh a little bit because I love the redundancy of the food I have because it's so good. To put it into perspective, I eat the exact same foods I would eat when I am not in a cut. I just don't get the additional carbs, pretty much. So I have an egg with egg whites and zucchini. And when you put a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt on zucchini, it has like this sweetness to it, like this depth of flavor to zucchini and squash, and it's so good. So I've been having zucchini with a lot of things. It's also like summertime, and I love it so much. I've been grilling tilapia. Grilled tilapia, baked is great, but grilled tilapia, and it lasts like a week. And the juices, I know it's gross, like the juices like congeal, but when you put it in the microwave, like it becomes juicy again, because that's what that is. And it just warms up wonderfully. And then I'll just pan crisp the zucchini, and then I'll put some like sugar-free, I think it's Stubbs, sugar-free tartar sauce, and then just a little bit. And then Costco has this mango salsa that I zhuzhed up, so it's like not a salsa anymore, it's more like a restaurant style salsa, because I don't like chunky salsa whatsoever. And so I have like a mango salsa that's literally just mangoes, tomatoes, and it's so amazing. And I put it on top, and I have my zucchini, and I'll have my little sparkling waters with my little bit of like sugar-free Torani syrup, which I put in there. And it's like a perfect summer evening. And then people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're eating fish and squash. And I'm like, it's delicious. I mean, I may not get a piece of garlic bread with it, but that's okay. Like, I genuinely love the food I eat. And on top of that, I'm not hungry. I have not felt hunger. The only time I feel hunger is when I'm like, we're on my period. So it has nothing to do with the cut. So yeah, there's that. Also, on another point of hunger, I've gotten a lot of people lately who have been asking about hunger, and I think this is something I'm gonna start addressing on like other platforms as well. It's because it's such a larger issue than just hunger. I am not the person you should be asking about if I'm hungry. And I do think I'm very grateful that the perspective I've gotten as being a bedside nurse, because you do interact with, majority of the people that you interact with are going to be of lower socioeconomic class. And this is also like isn't polarizing, because it doesn't matter. This is like an age-old issue, is like homelessness and hunger. And as much as I appreciate those comments and concerns about my hunger and, my sleep quality, and, if I'm feeling tired, I so appreciate those comments. I'm always like, it's so nice that people think of me and they ask me those questions. But sometimes especially if it's someone I don't know, who doesn't know my background, I do I won't redirect it in the moment, but my thought on it is, it's so interesting to me how I'm like, man, I am not the person that should be asked if I'm hungry. I get the opportunity to be a bodybuilder. I get the opportunity to get in my car if I'm out of something and go to the store and have the financial stability to go grab food and eat whatever I want. And I get to prepare it the way I want, and I get fresh food. And I have the financial stability to pursue competitive bodybuilding, and not even competitive, even lifestyle, getting to have a phenomenal coach who has done, leaps and bounds for my mental health and my internal health, and like external look, which, a lot of it comes from internal. And I'm like, are you tired and all of that? And I'm like, even if I get no sleep, I got to rest in a bed with fresh sheets. And this is not survivor guilt. I've felt that as a nurse, and it's not survivor guilt. It's survivor guilt that I've turned into just extreme gratitude. And it's not to take away from the challenges of being a bodybuilder. Like, I understand, I get to get down to that level, and there are challenges and small things that are an issue. But today I'm feeling grateful. And part of that gratitude is there are people who are hungry and do not have the choice and will not get food that day. Something that Nick told me, and if you don't know my husband, he is a resident, and he goes into the ED a lot because of his residency and also just his specialty. And something he was brought to his attention was the homeless would pass around the menus of hospitals to see where they get their food that day. Like, that makes me emotional, okay? And I'm like, that is so sad. And I'm so grateful that I get those perspectives to really shine a light on just how privileged I am. And I'm trying to decide how I want to address this in the future, because I know people are going to ask me, like, when I'm doing competition, like, oh, can I get you post-show treats and blah, blah, blah. And first and foremost, I don't think that's like the healthiest thing. I don't crave anything now. And if I have any cravings, I'll address it with my coach. I don't necessarily need to go crazy after a show, because that's not healthy. At least it won't be for me. I don't see the point in that. But what I do want to do is be able to redirect people. Say, hey, I don't want any treats, but hey, if you want to donate $5 to this organization, I think what I'm going to do, I think that GoFundMe, I'm talking to like 10 people here, because I think these videos get like 10 views, but I can put it out there. I'll put it on my Instagram too. But I want to find an organization that will, I'm pretty sure GoFundMe takes money from accounts in order to like run their website. I really want one that when people donate, it's not going to take any money. It's going to go directly into the organizations that I want to put them into, which would be, you know, feeding the hungry, so like food banks, especially because food banks, I know in my area at least, they get, it's like for every dollar it makes 3 meals, and they get large, they can use that money. That money goes a lot further than when you donate food. Obviously they're grateful for both, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that's the most efficient all around. And I do think that will be lump sum money. So even if it's $5, $10, if you want to contribute at that time and just say, hey, I'm thinking of you and your show, like I contributed $10, or hey, like I put a couple bucks in there, just as a place to, like, that's where my thoughts are, and that's where they're going to be, because I am, again, I don't want to take away from the challenges of bodybuilding on a micro level, but on a macro level, I get to zoom out and see the privilege of getting to pursue that, and I want to do something about it. So this is, I think, the best way I can do that. And I've seen the impact of what even $1 can do. So I think that's how I'm going to progress. But that's on a heavier note, on a lighter note. We are going to go into a phenomenal week. Week 22. I'm really excited to see where we're going to cut down to and see where we go from here. So that is going to end my week 21. Yeah, thanks for coming to my Diet Coke chats. I'm about to go sip on a Diet Coke and have lunch. So see ya.